My question to the guys, and I think a big thing that gets talked about on the show and something I've been thinking about, also with what's happening with Andrew. How do we spread the word, or how do we destigmatize this idea that grown-ass women are like these little sexual victims, when in reality it's just they're wanting it. So why do we have this mentality that you're 25 or 30, but you're just so innocent and you can just be so manipulated and you don't know what's going on? Like, you're not 15. You're a full-grown adult. Your brain has functioned. Like, where does this come from, and how can we like stop that mentality and have accountability?
Very good question.
That's a fantastic point. You want to take that one first, or?
Well, first off, I think personally, society itself has to change, because right now, how things are going, we could argue that, it shouldn't be this way, but the court system set up that way, the public opinion set up that way, and at the end of the day, like, they might be saying this because they don't want to be accountable, but at the same time, like, they can fall back on society and social media. So we could argue and say, it shouldn't be this way, but currently with the system set up how it is, bro, I mean, to fight that like that, you'd have to change the whole setup of social media, what's considered good and bad, and that in itself, I don't see that changing right now. What we can do is keep spreading the truth. Say, hey, you know what? This is what really happened. Here's the truth of the actual evidence, and then push that to the masses. But the whole system itself, it's just how it's set up right now.
Yeah,
believe all women.
Yeah, we got to bring more awareness to the fact that women do lie about certain things. I mean, you look, who was that Hollywood guy that would get girls' roles and bang them?
Harvey Weinstein, right?
Yeah, Weinstein, right?
Yeah.
So, like, for example, you take someone like him, where you had a bunch of actresses that were adults consenting. They smashed him, right, for movie roles or whatever. Now, in every instance, obviously, he's not innocent, but some of them, right, he obviously benefited them, and they were trading sex for, getting promoted in Hollywood, and then they want to come back and retroactively withdraw consent, and that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But that's the world that we're in, where a girl can hook up with you and then not feel good about it, change her mind and be like, oh, well, you know what? I don't feel like I consented now. And it's wild, because it's like, what the hell? But these are the times that we're going into, and you're going to probably see this more and more. I mean, thankfully, it's starting to get exposed a bit. You look at Johnny Depp in the Amber Heard trial, that exposed a lot of the fuckery with the Believe All Women movement, and how a lot of girls will sit there and lie on a dude's name. And I thank God that Johnny Depp recorded those conversations and was able to show that this isn't a emotionally erratic, unstable woman that was utilizing her sexuality and her femininity to try to go ahead and sway a jury, but she still lost. So we just need to bring more awareness to this, and it is an issue, and it's something that not enough people bring light to. But yeah, I mean, I found it very interesting how we live in a world nowadays where women have all the same rights and privileges. To argue that women have more rights and privileges than men do nowadays, yet they can go ahead and say, "Oh, well, I'm still the victim." Right. And I even though I had sex with this guy, I don't feel good about it because he didn't call me the next day and take me on a second date. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I was sexually assaulted. But that's just one of the things that is kind of going on here, where false rape accusations are real, and women are trying to retroactively withdraw consent from guys just because they feel a certain way. And that's where things get dangerous, because the feels start to override the reals.
And it only hurts women that are actually being, oppressed by
this. And the people that take the biggest L with this are the women that are the real victims.
Yep.
Right? The real victims are the ones that need that attention from the police.
It doesn't make logical sense if you think about it in the terms that when you or I turned 18, legally by the law, we're considered mature adults. We can go to war if we want to sign up. We can vote. We can do all these things. You're now on your own. You don't need mommy and daddy anymore. You mean to tell me that a girl who's 25, who's out chasing some B, didn't want it? Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, if there were more rationally sound women like you, we wouldn't have these things going on. But again,
listen, if I was with Andrew, he could do whatever. I would be like, yep, that's what I asked for. Like, I'm just going to be real about it. Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense.
The other thing too,
then at that point, that we might as well be considered retarded according to their logic. We shouldn't be considered adult. We shouldn't know what we're doing. We shouldn't be allowed to make decisions according to that logic.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You can't pick and choose when you want to be an adult, and that's a fantastic point. I've talked about this as well. But the world that we live in nowadays is, quite frankly, we coddle women from their bad decisions. If I'm going to be all the way candid about it, we really do coddle women from their bad decisions. We know we live in a world now where we tell women, go ahead and embrace your sexuality and be promiscuous and be hoes and show your body out and, you know, go on OnlyFans, all this other stuff. And I'm not saying that women can't do that, but we don't tell them that there's consequences to that. We tell them sexualize yourself,
They
right? And be hoes,
Bring back
but don't get mad that but men aren't going to treat you a certain way, and that's not the way the world works. Like there's consequences to everything. For every action, there's a reaction. Sorry, you were saying something?
Yeah, like I wish you guys would honestly do a dress code on your shows, because some of the shit that I see on your show, it's like, gee, have some respect for yourself. Like, gee, it's too much. Like, I think that, like, with being classy, sophisticated, a little bit more covered up, in my personal opinion, people may not agree with me. I think a woman is just so much sexier, in my opinion, when you carry yourself well, you dress well, you respect your body, but you're out there half naked talking about respect me. You're stupid. You look stupid.
I have a better idea.
You are stupid.
How about you?
The most stupid thing. I love
how
that
about
when
you?
guys do that.
How about you come on the show, dress modestly, and show them in person how they should dress?
Or you can report to HR. Get it, Karen? No?
No, Chris.
Listen. I would treat their fucking lies. They would be leaving your show crying after I was done with them. Let me tell you.
Yeah, we do actually, you know, it's kind of funny. We do tell them, hey, there's a pseudo dress code, like don't show this, don't show that, and they still break it. So it is what it is.
And then they get offended when you talk about hoes. Like, you got my feelings, but I feel like I watch it and I'm literally over here dying laughing. Like, you don't understand. Like, it's been a godsend. And I'm like, thank you, God. Like, let's get this message out and hopefully something can change.
Well, I mean, you know, like I said, the show is growing. We're reaching more women, which is great because a lot of girls are waking up watching this content. And I'm glad that we've been able to impact you and, you know, free Andrew. And thank you for calling in.
All right. Shouts to Karen.
Yeah, thank you so much. I have absolutely nothing but respect for you and the whole team, all of you. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Who's up next?